Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at a 2017 film which is a sports biographical movie loosely based on real events that happened in 1973. It's called Battle of the Sexes, and it's basically about the 1973 exhibition match between Billie Jean King, which he won against Bobby Riggs. Now, Bobby Riggs was 55 years old at the time, retired for many years, and he was a former men's champion, and Billie Jean King was a reigning champion. I mean, I think she was number two at the time. Don't really remember, but yeah, she was one of the biggest names in tennis, and she went head to head against Bobby Riggs on an exhibition match. So the movie is, like I mentioned, 2000 from 2017, and it's directed by Valerie Faris and Jonathan Dayton, written by Simon Beaufoy. Like I mentioned, it's about the Riggs versus King match. You have Emma Stone, who plays Billie Jean King, and Steve Carell as Bobby Riggs. You also have Andrew Riseborough, Elizabeth Shue, Austin Stowell, Bill Pullman, Natalie Morales, Eric Christian Olsen, and Sarah Silverman in supporting roles, and also Jessica McNamee, who plays the then world number one, which is Margaret Court. And a little bit about Margaret Court later on. So this movie is, it was nominated for quite a few awards for the 1975, at the 75th Golden Globe Awards. Stone and Carell received nominations for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and Best Actor for Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, respectively. They both received Critics' Choice Awards nominations in the categories for Best Actress in a Comedy and Best Actor in a Comedy. At the 24th Screen Actors Guild Award, Carell received a nomination for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role. And I must say that although I like Steve Carell quite a lot, Emma Stone is not really an actress that I kind of watch quite a bit. But I thought she was superb in this movie, and Steve Carell, of course, as well, was absolutely wonderful. Really good choice of casting throughout. I must say, some of the actors I have no clue about. I've never seen them before, but yeah, overall, absolutely amazing. So, in 1970, basically, Jack Kramer, who was running the what was he in charge? What was that basically? The U.S. Lawn Tennis Association or somewhere, and they were offering women 1/8 of the men's prize, and therefore the women, headed by Billie Jean King and Gladys Hellman, they confronted him, and when he didn't budge, they decided to break out with their own, kind of like tennis circuit, which later on became the WTA. They had a different name at the initial. I think within a couple of years, because it was very successful, it became the Women's Tennis Association, and the U.S. Lawn Tennis Association basically banned them from their tournaments. However, the women actually were pretty successful in their own circuit. So several of the top women's players decided to pull out, and they joined the women's circuit because they thought at least they'll be fighting for better prize money, and they don't have to basically be second fiddle to the men. So they do show a lot of male chauvinistic behavior, which was pretty rampant at the time, and mostly is still happening in most places. But yeah, I was really surprised to see some of that. But I guess that's the way the world was, and the world still is in certain cases, like I mentioned. So during this time, they also show about Billie Jean King, who later came out as a lesbian. She had an affair with a woman hairdresser, and her husband came to know about it. He suspected as such a little later on. Marilee Barnett was the hairdresser, and that sort of like put things a threat within her marriage. But they still managed to be good friends even after they got divorced, and she went on to have a long-lasting relationship with another lady. Bobby Riggs is married to a wealthy woman, Priscilla Whelan, played by Elizabeth Shue, who still looks pretty wonderful even at I think she's in her mid-50s, I guess. His marriage is in trouble because he's addicted to gambling. He can't stop himself. So probably like in an effort to one is he's aging, he's 55, Second is maybe to try and get himself off gambling for smaller amounts. He thought maybe he will, seeing that the women are getting a lot of attention, he probably thought, like, kill two birds with one stone and let me challenge the women's champions. So he initially challenges Billie Jean King. She refuses. Then he challenges Margaret Court. She accepts. She loses very easily to him, 6-2, 6-1 or something like that. And then, Billie Jean King definitely decides to take it up, setting up their very famous battle. I've read about this, excuse me, I read about this game many years ago, but this is the first time I'm seeing quite a lot of detail about it. So let me tell you a little bit about myself in tennis. I was a big fan of tennis back in 1987 when we first moved moved back to India from Kuwait. I was 11 years old at the time, and I remember watching the Wimbledon semi-finals and finals, especially that memorable event of when Pat Cash climbed the stands to go and hug and kiss his wife, baby, and his parents. That was like a real big event at the time. Nobody had ever done that before, and it became like a big event. A lot of people were talking about it in school and in social circles at the time. Of course, we didn't have the internet, so we didn't even have cable back in India at that time. But yeah, we watched it on the local channels that we had, a couple of channels called Doordarshan, and yeah, it was a big thing. I fell in love with the sport. I played a little of it. I know, I'm a big guy now, but back then I wasn't. So I played a little bit of it on my against my wall. I played badminton a lot, but I played tennis against the wall. And I was a big fan. I followed tennis for a very long time. Stefan Edberg was my favorite player. Pat Cash was there in the ranks. I used to watch Edberg, Mats Wilander, Ivan Lendl, Boris Becker, Michael Stich, so many of the top players. I loved the sport. I used to follow it like crazy. I used to buy a lot of sports magazines to follow the events, and then of course go through the newspaper for for scores from the previous day and all that, interviews and all those things. I used to watch a lot of tennis. I think by the time it was the late or the early 2000s, I kind of like lost interest. I've only watched a few things here and there. But yeah, I used to be a big fan. So I used to take in a lot of books as well about the sport. So I think in one of them, I remember reading about this, but it was just about a couple of pages or something like that. It wasn't this detailed. So towards the end, you see him you see Bobby Riggs really hamming it up, getting some prize money, getting sponsorships and all that stuff with the big sugar daddy. It was really funny. I don't know if that was actually real or they just added it for the movie, but it was really funny to see that. And he struggles. It was a good match, but Billie Jean wins. And one of the good things about the real life about them is that they remain friends. They continue to be friends. And towards his death, she actually goes and sees him and tells him that Bobby, I love you because you're a great friend and all that stuff. So he was really a character and all that stuff. Apparently, he was playing a lot of this, for hype and sensation, really get people's attention, going out and saying he was a self-proclaimed chauvinist pig and all that. It was a really wonderful movie to watch. There's something about the world of tennis that's kind of ignored in movies for a long time. This is probably only the second movie that I've seen about something. Like I watched Borg versus McEnroe a couple of years back. I love that movie a lot. I like this movie quite a bit. This movie did not make much money though. On a budget of 25 million, only made 18.6 million, and I kind of expect such thing. But to be honest, wonderful cast, wonderful movie to watch. This is going into my rewatch kind of thing for a long time because I really loved it quite a bit. So it was nice to watch it. I actually watched some of it a few days ago, and then I couldn't get back to it. I fell asleep, or I was feeling really sleepy, so I switched it off and I went to bed. It was really late and really early in the morning. And then this afternoon, after watching another movie, I decided to watch the rest of it. So it really is a good movie to watch. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. the world of tennis needs more movies based on it. And yeah, that's it for Battle of the Sexes. Please do watch it. It's a really good movie with really good acting by stellar cast. So definitely go and watch it, whether you like tennis or not. So thank you very much for this watching this video, guys. If you do, and please give it a like and a subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, of course. Hit the bell icon if you can. Nobody's going to force you, but yeah, I could use the subscribers. Thank you very much. I shall see you in the next review coming up pretty soon. Bye bye.